Hello there, whoever you are, wherever you are, or whenever you are. It's me, Addison, your favourite friendly furbolg, who hangs around the internet talking about the nerdy things. And as you can see, I am with my visualizer. I have a bit of an unboxing video here for you today, as we are opening the Commandfest pod of many things this August 1st, and we are going to be having a lot of conversations with a lot of people about Magic the Gathering, the Commander format in general. I'm going to be doing some more Magic the Gathering content that I've not managed to get to posting, that I've already done, and I've just thought that August is the time to do this. So if you see a load of older videos that are Magic the Gathering where I look a bit different, it is because I am reposting things or posting up things that I just haven't had the courage to post before. So how are we going to open the Pod of Many Things Commandfest is quite simple actually. We're going to open it by literally having an opening on the channel, because as you can see I have a Commander Pre-Con deck here from the Strixhaven set, Quandrix, and it's a Simic deck. It's green-blue and it has 2 legendary foils, and the main commander, sorry, it's getting into focus because I'm moving it about a bit, is Adrix and Nev twin casters. They are Merfolk wizards. They have Ward 2, which is whenever this creature becomes out of a spell or an ability the opponent controls, counter it unless it has player pays 2. If one or more tokens would be created under your control, twice that many of those tokens are created instead. Now, the reason I bought this deck in particular, this Simic deck, is because I wish to build a commander deck based on VOLO Guide to Monsters. And as you can see, he's green-blue, he's 2, and what he does is whenever you cast a creature spell that doesn't share a creature type with a creature you control or a creature in your graveyard, copy that spell and the creature becomes a token. Now combined with this, I can like stomp and like cascade into having a lot of, not cascade, cascade's an actual magic thing, but like things can get a bit wild pretty quickly. So yeah, we are opening this box today, so let's get into it. Now I have heard from a lot of the YouTubers that I watch, Tolarian Community College, I Hate the Deck, Tabletop Jocks, Game Nights, when they've opened these pack things, that there's a bit of excess packaging. Here, let's have a look at some of the back as well. So obviously, choose your commander and overcome both friends and foes in the definitive multiplayer Magic. Team up with Adrix and Nev and double down on tokens you create. As if creating a single giant fractal wasn't scary enough, your opponents will need to deal with 2. So yeah, you can have a really good time with this deck, just creating creatures. I quite like the look of Ruxa, Patient Professor, just because it looks like a cool card. I probably won't use it that much. Exis Fractal Bloom is like the... So with these pre-cons, you have like the main commander who's like the poster child commander who's on the front, but you also have like a secondary commander, and Essex, I think that is, yeah, Essex Fractal Bloom is the secondary commander, and it's actually the one that a lot of people use. You get a deck box, 100 card deck with 17 new cards, 10 double-sided token cards. Always good to have tokens. So Quandrix College, Quandrix mages are ingenious math magicians. They study patterns, fractals, and symmetries to command power over the fundamental forces of nature. They love to expand and multiply anything by manipulating and bending the rules. Which is quite funny actually, because I'm playing in a Strixhaven D&D game. Because if you don't know, Strixhaven is actually a D&D setting. There's a magic setting that's been put into D&D. Why is this not coming out? Oh no, I'm going to destroy this box, and I've been putting the boxes on my wall. No, is it because I'm supposed to open it from the bottom? Yes, I am. That's why I'm an idiot. No, I might have just destroyed this box. Right, let's get this open then. Let's pull this out from the bottom, see what happens. Because, right, there we go. Oh, is that not a card? What? It's not... Huh? Is that just like a display thing? Alrighty then. So, there's all these punch-out counters, which I am going to punch out, because 1, it's satisfying. 2, it's always good to have counters. Boom. Boom. I'll make those a bit more flush later. Oh no, I've dropped that one. Where did it go? There it is. Boom. As you can also see as well, I have a new playmat, new Magic playmat of my girl Arlen Cord. Favourite Planeswalker, obviously love werewolves. I'm doing deck techs of my 2 werewolf decks, both old gen and new gen, and I am making a werewolf commander deck in honour of this Commander Fest, and I will be putting it up on as a video. I don't know what that's for. I think that's for this side box or something, or maybe to put like exile cards on. Counters. So 6 counters, the weird square counter, and then what's victory confetti? I quite like that. You may use these punch out counters. I quite like the card, like the actual like card printing. I might put that on the wall because it looks nice. I just have to cut out these extra bits. So, boom. Let's get into the meat and potatoes of this. I've punched out everything. I'm not going to cover Arlen's beautiful face. There's my Volo Commander that is probably going to end up taking over this deck. So, people like pretty much shit on these deck boxes, but you know what? Magic actually have decent deck boxes considering they don't have to do that. Like, dude, for if you play other games, you notice that like they do not help you in that way. Oh, this is cool. So you've got a life wheel. I know nobody uses these. Everybody uses spin downs or apps and stuff, but it's kind of cute. You've got this like play set thing that tells you, like, it's almost like a little explanation into what you're doing. It tells you about each creature, like their lore, as well as their like abilities and how they matters. And then yep, it's got a little bit of a how to play a commander, because this is supposed to be a way for people to get into Commander that is a bit easier than just jumping in and making a deck, because yeah, that's terrifying. Whoever's like telling you to go out there and just make a deck, it'll be fine, they are insane. Oh. So there's like this little thing here. This is obviously the proxy card, because it's like a hell of a lot thicker. It's like etched, like, it's a cool display piece. This is to like replace the old oversized commanders that they used to have, which is pretty fun. I like it. I think, yeah, it is what it is. Like, so there. It comes in like a bit of paper just to protect it, I guess. Just have a look at the tokens, what we've got, because obviously there's 2 things. So you've got Champion of Wits, which then has an Eldrazi on the back. Love a good Eldrazi. An elephant, which can be a frog lizard. A boar, which can be a hydra. A beast, which can turn into an insect. A kraken, which can also be a worm. A whale. Hang on. When this creature dies, create a 9/9 blue Kraken creature token. This token creates tokens. A beast, a fish, and a beast. Whenever this creature dies, create a blue whale token. These tokens create tokens. That's insane. Fractal, or a copy. Those will be useful. Fractal and copy. Fractal and copy. Those will be hella useful with this deck, like having, like, because I'm also, when I'm building my Volo deck, I'm looking at, you know, copying lots of things, getting an errant street artist to then like copy the copies. It's going to be insane. So let's get into the main deck. Let's see what we keep, what we're probably going to remove when we transform it into the VOLO deck. We're going to play a couple of rounds with this first, see if I can get some games on spell table. It would be nice if Wizards put a product code for Commander for Magic Arena in, but I know that Commander's not a thing on Magic Arena, but it's a lot of cards that you could have in a collection for something like Brawl. So obviously you've got your Commander card, Adrix and Nev, Twin Casters. You've got Essex Fractal Bloom. So this is a flying creature. It is 6 mana in total, 1 green, 1 blue, 4 colourless, and the first time you would create 1 or more tokens during each of your turns, you may instead choose to create a creature other than X's Fractal Bloom and create that many tokens that are copies of that card. Ooh! So that'll go well with VOLO as well. Turn, token. So right, let's go through and have a look. So, Commander's Insight. Target player draws X cards plus an additional card for each time they've cast a commander from the command zone in this game. Curiosity Crafter. You have no maximum hand size. Whenever a creature token you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Deka Fractal Theorist. Magecraft. Whenever you cast a copy of an instant or sorcery spell, create a 0/0 green and blue fractal creature token. Put X plus 1/1 counters wherever X is the spell's mana value. Ooh. Again, if you can get that to go off, it goes off well. Target creatures can't be blocked. Choose 1, return all creature tokens to its hands, return all none, plus a perplexing test. Replication technique. I thought I was going to have to buy this, but demonstrate when you cast a spell, you may copy it. If you do, choose an opponent to also copy it. Create a token of a copy that the target permanently you control. Spawning Kraken. When a Kraken, Leviathan, Octopus or Serpent you control deals combat damage to a player, create a 9/9 blue Kraken token. Theoretical Duplication. Whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield under an opponent's control this turn, you create... Oh, you can mess with people and copy their commanders with this, because it's only 3. Fractal Harness, which is green, 2 colourless X. When Fractal Harness enters the battlefield, create a 0/0 green and blue fractal creature. Put X1/1 counters on it for to attach Fractal Harness to it. Whenever a quick creature attacks, double the number of +1/+1 counters, and then it's equipped to. So if you can destroy... I'm guessing if you could destroy the fractal creature, this would still be out there and you could put it on other things. So it's an artifact. And you could then like just keep buffing it. Guardian Augmenter, Troll Wizard, Flash. Commander creatures you control get +2/+2. Commanders you control have X-proof. Helpful. It's only 3 as well. Paradox Zone. Paradox Zone enters the battlefield with a growth counter on it. At the beginning of your end step, double the number of growth counters on Paradox Zone. Then create that a 0/0 and blue fractal creature token. Put an XX creature on it. Put X +1/+1 counters on it, where X is the number of growth counters on Paradox Zone. Nice. Ruxa, Bear Druid. Whenever Ruxa Patient Professor enters the battlefield or attacks, return target creature card with no abilities from your graveyard to your hand. Creatures you control with no abilities get +1/+1. You may have creatures you control with no abilities assign their combat damage as though they weren't blocked. So the Ruxa's good for like just stomping with creatures that don't have effects. Sequence Engine. Exile target creature card with mana value X from a graveyard. Create a 0/0 green fractal token. Put XX for what it is. Oversimplify. Exile all creatures. Each player creates a green, blue fractal token and puts a number of +1/+1 counters equal to the total of creatures. So board wipe. Nice. Geometric Nexus. Actually, in these command decks you get a lot of like rare cards. I would have thought that it would just be... I know this isn't like tuned to perfection, like that's not the point, but you know, this could work. Whenever a player casts an instant or sorcery spell, put a number of charge counters on Geometric Nexus, remove all charge counters, create a token. Desolation Twin. When you cast a spell, create a Eldrazi token, always good. It's 10 mana though. So Champion of Wits, Eternalize, 2 blue, 5. Exile this card from your grave, create a token that's a copy of it, except it's a 4/4 black zombie Naga wizard with no mana cost. Eternalize only as a sorcery. Oh, so you get it again. Whenever champions enter power, you may draw cards equal to its power. If you do, discard. Cool. Crafty Cut Purse, Flash, when each token that would be created under an opponent's control this turn is created under your control instead. Nice. Curse of the Swine. For each creature exiled this way, its controller creates 2/2 green ball tokens. Reef Worm. When Reef Worm dies, create a 3/3 blue fish token. Wild creature. So yeah, just Rite of Replication. Kicker. Create a token that's a copy of target creature. If the spell's kick, create 5 of those tokens instead. Nice. Arashi the Sky Asunder. Deals X damage to target creature with flying. Channel, discard Arashi. Arashi deals X damage to each creature with flying. Eruse's Predation. For each creature your opponent controls, create a 4/4 green beast token. Each of those beasts fights a different one of those creatures. Forgotten Ancient. Whenever a player casts a spell, you may put a 1/1 counter on Forgotten Ancient. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may move any number of 1/1 counters from Forgotten Ancients onto another creature. Oh. Got a Planeswalker, got Garruk. I think this is like one of the first ever Planeswalkers that came out, isn't it? Because it just looks so familiar. It's his iconic form as well. Create a beast token, draw equal to the greatest power amount creature you control. Create a 6/6 worm creature, a token for each land you control. And that could get nasty. He's quite expensive though. 3 green, +2. Hornet's Nest. Whenever Hornet's Nest is dealt damage, create that many 1/1 insect creatures tokens. Scary. Hornet Queen. When Hornet Queen enters the battlefield, create an insect creature. Hydra Broodmaster. Monstrosity. If this creature is a monstrous, put X +1/+1 counters on it and it becomes monstrous. So when Hydra Broodmaster becomes monstrous, create XX green Hydra's creature tokens. Okay, I see you. Incubation Druid. Add 1 mana of any type that a land you control could produce. If Incubation Druid has a 1/1 counter, add 3 of that instead. Adapt 3 to basically kick that into gear. Kazandu Tusk Caller. Level up 1, so it's a level up creature. Levels 2 to 5. It becomes able to create a green elephant creature. Create 2 green elephant creatures at 6+. Mana Gorger Hydra. I have one of these. I think from Origins. Good to have another one. Rampaging Bearlofts. Landfall. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield, and whenever a land you enters, you may create a 4/4 green beast. Return the Wizspeaker. I have this as well, and not out of a deck. Shamanic Revelation. Eat the card for hang on, I didn't explain that. So draw cards equal to the greatest power among non-human creatures you control. Non-human creatures you control get +3/+3 to the end of the turn. So let me just sort these out because some people are freaking out. So you're just not putting them in a neat pile, and I'm like, who cares? There we go. We've got Shamanic Revelation. Draw a card for each creature you control. Ferocious. You gain 4 life for each creature you control with 4 power or greater. Terrestodon. When Terrestodon enters the battlefield, you may destroy up to 3 target non-creature permanents. For each permanent you put in the graveyard this way, its controller creates a... So, yeah, that's a bit strange because it's also 8 mana. I hope there's a lot of ramp in this deck. Creatures you control have base power and toughness X + X, X, X until the end of the turn, so that's Biomass Mutation. Could be helpful. Casesto Orochi Mage. Legendary Snake Wizard, Mythic. Target creatures can't be blocked this turn. If this creature is a snake, if that creature is a snake, it gets +2/+2 until the end of the turn as well. Master Biomancer. Each other creature you control enters the battlefield with a number of additional +1 on it equal to Biomaster's power. And as a mutant in addition, to its other types. That I might have to. That sounds good, but if I was to do Volo, I may have to take that out because of the fact that like that would make everything mutants. Enters the battlefield. Hang on. Whenever you cast, so that technically happens first, and then that happens. Because enters the battlefield means that it resolves, whereas casting is when it happens. Spitting Image, always a good one. Create a token that's a copy of a target creature. Retrace, you may cast this card from your graveyard. Nice. It's like Parallel Lives, but not an enchantment. Idol of Oblivion, draw a card, activate only if you created a token this turn. Sacrifice order, create Exotic Orchard. Add any 1 mana of any colour of land an opponent controls could produce. Lumbering Falls, enters the battlefield tapped. Can become a elemental creature token. You may play exile cards without paying its mana cost if creatures you control have total power greater or 10 or greater. Nice. So Hideaway, this land enters the battlefield tapped. When it does, look at top 4 cards of your library, exile 1 face down, then put the rest at the bottom of your library. Iron Reef, the Vastwood, has put a +1/+1 on each Greek creature that enters the battlefield this turn. Temple of Mystery, scry 1. Shockland. So we've got our when Biomathematician enters the battlefield, create a 0/0 blue fractal creature. Eureka Moment, draw 2 cards. You may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. Golden Ratio, draw a card for each different power among creatures you control. Quandrix Cultivator. I play this in my arena deck. It's pretty useful. It's part of any Volo set. Always has Quandrix Cultivator because it has ramp. You may search your library for a basic forest card. Quandrix Prodigy. You may put a land card from your hand to the battlefield tapped. Draw a card if you control 8 or more lands. Draw 2 cards instead. Quandrix Campus. Study Hall. Add 1 mana of any colour. When you spend this mana to cast your commander, scry X, where X is the number of times it's been cast. Rapid Hybridization. Good of messing with people's commanders, turning them into frogs. Beast Within, destroy target permanent. It's trying to create kind of like hybridization. It costs a bit more. Kodama's Reach. Search your library for up to 2 basic land cards. Reveal those cards. Put 1 onto the battlefield tapped and the other into your hand. Croson Grip. Split second. As long as this spell is on the stack, players can't cast spells or activate abilities that are mana abilities. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. This is Exposition. Convoke. Your creatures can help cast the spell. Each creature you tap while casting the spell pays 1 or more mana. Search your library for 2 basic land cards. Put them onto the battlefield. Tap, then shuffle. Rampant Growth. Search your library for a basic land card. Put that card onto the battlefield. Tap, then shuffle. Nature grows solutions to its problems. Coiling Oracle. When Coiling Oracle enters the battlefield, reveal the top card of your library. It's a land card. Put it onto the battlefield. Otherwise, you put that card into your hand. Got one of these cool. I love these cards. These like double cards. So you got Incubation or Incongruity. Incongruity is a gold card, so it's green and blue. It's a Simic card. Exile target creature. That creature creates a frog lizard creature token. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest at the bottom of your library in a random order. Plaxcaster Graph. This creature enters the battlefield with +3/+1/+1 counters on it. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield, you may move a 1 counter +1 onto it. Beautiful. Target creature with a 1/1 counter on it gains Shroud. Can protect your what am I saying? Can protect your commander that way, which is good. Is it you may? Yep. Primal Empathy. At the beginning of your upkeep, draw a card in the control a creature with the greatest power among creatures on the battlefield. Otherwise, put a 1/1 count on creature you control. Nice. Trigon Predator. Flying. Whenever Trigon Predator deals combat damage to a player, he may destroy target artifact or enchantment. Arcane Signet. Simic Signet. Soul Ring. Blighted Woodland. Command Tower. Llanowar Reborn. Lonely Sandbar. Myriad Landscape. Novien, Heart of Progress. Put 1 count for each creature that entered the battlefield this turn. Opal Palace. Add 1 mana of any colour in your commander's colour identity. If you spend this mana to cast your commander, it enters the battlefield with a number of additional +1/+1 counters on it equal to the number of times it's been cast in the command zone this game. Rogue's Passage. Target creature can't be blocked. Simic Growth Chamber. Return land you control to its owner's hand. Temple of the False God, which is near Tranquil Thicket. Enter the battlefield tapped. Forests, and then we're going to all our basic lands here, which is green and islands. So that card's really bent. So all in all, I think the deck is pretty solid. It has a very solid strategy, which is create tokens, win, which is good. Like, if it didn't have that, then what would be the point in the deck? And a lot of these cards I can use and repurpose for a VOLO deck. So I can. That's one of the reasons why I bought Quandrix Quantum Quandrix, is because of the fact that I can now use that to build my VOLO Guide to Monsters deck. I've got some of the other cards like Maraleaf Pixie from my Oko deck, and hopefully we can mess about and have a good time, and then I can play some spell table games. I do need to work out how I'm going to do that with my setup, but all in all I'm pretty happy with it. I'm excited to get to play some games of spell table with this before I blow it up to make my VOLO deck. I think you should always try and at least get a couple of games in with a pre-con before you start messing about with it, to learn the mechanics of it. I think that Commander is a good format. Like, and why am I doing this Commandfest thing? Why are we doing it like this? Well, I like Magic the Gathering. I have to keep coming away from it because I can't keep up with Standard, etc, etc. But Commander is a lot more relaxed, a lot more casual, and I want to learn about it so that I can get into it and play. So throughout the month of August, as I've done this video, we're going to have a lot more Commander content, and we're going to look through multiple topics to do with Commander. I have some great guests, some people from Twitch, Twitter. We're talking about all sorts. We are going to hopefully play some games of Spell Table, look at doing some panels live on Twitch and stuff. And hopefully if I can organise it, it all goes well. But yeah, this is what we're doing. For this month of August, I'm recording a bunch of podcast episodes in advance, making sure that they look good, sound good, are fun, and then we are moving on to the big things. We are doing those, hopefully those games, streaming some Magic Arena on Twitch, and maybe even streaming some more Spell Table games. So yeah, this has been the opening ceremony to the Pod of Many Things Commandfest, or Commandfest POMT. We've opened Quantum Quandrix. It's a solid deck. I really want to play it against some people on Spell Table. So yeah, I hope that you had fun. I did. I'm actually quite excited for some of these cards. I am going to do something with this because this is dope. Like, I really like this card. So yeah, hopefully I can put my deck together in a way that allows me to play a couple of games of the Pre-Con and then move towards my VOLO deck, and then hopefully I can also make my werewolf deck, because I have my werewolf Tolavar commander. There's he. He is here. He's literally just arrived today, so I can make a Tovalar deck. He is, unlike my VOLO, because I don't like the D&D showcases, he's foil and showcase, because you got to flex with that in the command zone. But yeah, thank you very much for your time. I hope you're safe. I hope you're well. Whoever you are, wherever you are, whenever you are, I hope you're having some fantastic times with your friends, playing Magic the Gathering, playing D&D, reading manga, reading comic books, drawing, whatever your thing is. I hope you're passionate about it. I hope you're enjoying it, and I hope it brings you joy. Look after yourself, friends. See you in a bit.